Hello, how are you today? Do you want to dive into a book that might just surprise you, whether it becomes your next favorite or one you might skip? Let's find out what readers are saying about it.
Nikki Lee, who has 66 likes, says, "When I saw a new book from Julie Clark pop up, I ceased reading anything and everything immediately to dive into this one. I've loved her last two former books, and if you haven't read The Lies I Tell in The Last Flight, you should." Vincent Taylor is a famous author who is known for his best-selling novels. At an old age he is dying. He wants to write one last book about a terrible crime that occurred in his household. His brother and sister were stabbed to death, and the public has always assumed he was the culprit. The case was never solved. However, Vincent needs a ghostwriter. He hires his daughter, Olivia, who was once a famous ghostwriter, for the job. When Olivia arrives and starts working with her father, she realizes there are secrets he has harbored for years. Did Vince kill his siblings? If not, who did? Told from the past of his murdered sister's diary and from the present of Olivia. A slow burn with a shocking ending. I will say that this is completely different from her last works. I thought it was a great story. I do recommend you checking it out. For Shanta's book era, who has 37 likes, says, 4.25 stars. Ghostwriter Olivia Dumont has spent her entire professional life hiding the fact that she is the only child of legendary horror author Vincent Taylor, famous not only for his novels but for being the prime suspect in the brutal slaying of his siblings. On the brink of financial ruin, Olivia reluctantly agrees to ghostwrite her father's last book, not realizing she will be forced to reckon with the ghosts that live at the center of her family. What an engrossing and brilliant twisty ride! Julie Clark's masterful use of point of view, dual timeline, and unreliable narrators made me question the possibilities and keep turning the pages throughout. Family dynamics, health issues, trauma, women's rights, abandonment, and more are explored throughout, making the characters richly layered and come to life on the page. It did slow down in the middle a bit, or would have gotten 5 stars from me. That said, it's one of the best thrillers I've read this year, and I highly recommend adding it to your summer TBR. Many thanks to NetGalley, Sourcebooks Landmark, and Julie Clark for an advance reader's copy in exchange for my honest review. Mandy White loves to read, who has 29 likes, says, 3 from 3. Julie Clark, I loved The Last Flight and Lies I Tell, so was super excited for a new book from her. I ate The Ghostwriter up. It was so addictive and easy to get lost in the pages. Who doesn't love a ooh about a writer? And we have 2 here. It was very cleverly written with past and present day chapters, as well as chapters from different characters' points of view. I didn't figure it out until close to the reveal. I spent the rest of the time bouncing ideas back and forth in my mind. As the title tells us, Olivia Dumont is a ghostwriter. She gets a call with an offer to write with a famous horror author, Vincent Taylor. She doesn't want to take the job, but she can't turn it down when she has so much debt. What nobody else knows is that Vincent is her estranged father. She thinks she is going to help him with his latest novel, but when she gets there, he tells her he wants to finally tell the truth of what happened to his brother and sister in 1975. Something that most people believe that he's guilty of. This book just blew me away, as did her previous thrillers. We slowly find out what was happening back in 1975, and with Vincent suffering with a type of dementia, we don't always know what to believe. Very well done and kept me in my toes throughout. Thanks so much to Sourcebooks Landmark for my early copy to read. Jade Has Lost the Plot, who has 78 likes, says, 2.5 stars. It's not you, Julie. It's me. Actually no. It's kind of both of us. I was so excited for this one, but I did not like it. I am in the minority here. It's gotten great reviews, leading me to believe this is a me problem. Synopsis: Olivia is a ghostwriter. Her estranged dad, Vincent Taylor, is a washed-up horror novelist who may or may not have murdered his siblings when he was a teenager. No biggie. Now he's dying of Lewy body dementia, broke, full of regrets, and decides his parting gift to the world should be a deeply incoherent cryptic memoir written by the daughter he emotionally neglected for decades. Olivia returns home for the first time in years and discovers that, surprise, her dad is still a total dick, but now he also has hallucinations and throws things. Between scenes of him being mysterious and incoherent, we get lengthy flashbacks about how much he sucked as a parent. And while valid girl, we got it the first 12 times. Meanwhile, instead of just saying hey, here's who killed Poppy, Vincent chooses the scavenger hunt of trauma route, making Olivia dig through diaries, home videos, and emotional wreckage to figure it out. Why I didn't like it. Every character was insufferable except Poppy, who is dead. It was so damn slow. Olivia's trauma monologues were repetitive AF. Like, yes, your dad was trash. You know who else's dad was trash? The entire class of 1985. Vincent could have just said what happened. He was lucid half the time. But nah, let's turn everything into riddles instead. Honestly, the book would have been better if Vincent had just died and left Olivia with a box of secrets to unravel. Also, old Vincent, young Vincent, middle-aged Vincent, they all suck. What I did like Julie Clark can write. Her prose is smooth, and the structure makes sense. The idea was solid. The execution just didn't hit for me. Final thoughts: this wasn't a bad book. It just wasn't the book I was hoping for. It leans heavy into family dysfunction and internal pain, not the twisty thriller the blurb implied. And that mismatch set me up for disappointment. If you're looking for a dark, introspective, literary excavation of guilt and legacy, this might work for you. But if you wanted murder, chaos, and messy reveals, this ain't it. KC, who has 97 likes, says, a ghostwriter who's about to face her own ghosts from the past. Olivia Dumont was a successful ghostwriter until she got in a bit of legal trouble. Now, with her career in jeopardy, she can't be too picky about which jobs she'll accept. When an offer comes in to ghostwrite for the popular Vincent Taylor, her instincts are screaming to say no and run in the other direction. But she's desperate for the money. Oh, did I mention Vincent Taylor is Olivia's estranged father, a father rumored to have killed his siblings when he was a teen. Dundundan. I was captivated by the storyline, wanting answers as desperately as Olivia did. Well, almost. I did change my mind frequently regarding how this was going to play out. I guessed pieces, but not the entire puzzle. Another suspenseful and exciting read from one of my go-to authors. Thank you to NetGalley and Sourcebooks Landmark.